So what they're saying is like, when you feel sort of, you might have a moment where you just kind of feel powerless. And this goes into your relationships coming up. It's like the act of self-forgiveness goes miles. So there's a process within this
Mm.
reincarnation process of being like, how do I describe this? It's like we create beliefs about ourselves that basically is a karmic imbalance. So if you think of yourself as this pillar
Mm.
of light that goes through your body, up to your soul through your body, there's an alignment there that is in alignment with the truth of who you are. When we come in and out of these experiences, so let's say you go in full veil, and let's say, you have someone that has like full control over you, like through the lifetime.
Mm.
You create a karmic imbalance by buying into it, being like,
I
I am
see.
unworthy. I
Mm.
am stupid. I'm not worth anything. Whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
You sway
Mm-hmm.
from that alignment. And then we come back in through self-forgiveness to move back into that. Because I had a life where I was as a kid, I had horrible abusive parents. So even though I was a child, there was a confusion in that because it was like I didn't do anything yet. I'm getting abused. So my conclusion about myself, my belief system was, well, I just must be a bad seed.
Yeah.
And that was showing up in this lifetime because I never truly wanted to get too close to anyone out of fear that they would see me for who I really was, which was a bad seed.
Mm.
So we had to energetically like move that out so I can come back in. So
I understand that.
yeah, so that's what they're talking about is like these lifetimes are kind of coming up for you in terms of just being self-forgiveness and kind of now moving back into like that powerhouse. Like they said, we want to remind you of who you are. And
Wow.
those lives of servitude were simply for the experience of what is. So we're moving back into
Mm.
goddess shamanic energy right now,
Phew.
which is really fucking cool, man.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Mm.
she's suffered a
Mm.
lot of heartbreak, a lot of loss. She knows what it feels like to be broken. So she can nurture other people, and she's good at that. But there will never be any return when the nature of that relationship is exactly that. She is required to open her heart again, apply intention. It's not going to feel good at first. It's a very, very vulnerable position to be in, but new energy is required. And then this is when I started to see the attachment. So, attachment, yes, I can get rid of it. She's vulnerable to this. She has energy other people want. The servitude lives open the door to that. That's where that
Open the
opened.
door to the attachment.
Yeah. Because what happens is like, oh yeah, did I tell you he put his hand up? He didn't want me when I started crying. He was trying to close my third eye. I could see him. And I was like,
Oh, it's a male or
and I'm
male
like,
energy.
and I go, oh yeah, it was a dude. And I'm like, you don't know who you're working with. And he ran off a little bit. He tried to hide. And I'm like, I see you. He didn't like it. He knew I was going to get rid of him. He wore a hat and stuff. He wasn't a good dude. It was a bad energy. So I learned this the really, really hard way because I posted this thing on TikTok and it went super viral, except I went negative viral. And I had like just ton of negativity coming out at me. I'm not even going to get into it. But Cindy reached out to me and she's like, your spirit guides like tapped on my shoulder. And they're like, you need to better protect your energy. Like you have literally like thousands of attachments on you from this thing. Because that program I told you about where I must be a bad seed attracted and gave permission to all these like things to come into my energy. And so once I got rid of, and then I worked with Jacqueline. Well, no, Cindy removed the attachments. Jacqueline removed the big entity, and then we changed the subconscious paradigm of I'm a bad seed. We just like got rid of it. Like I don't attract those people anymore. Like overnight, done. So that's how like quick this happens when you're working with your subconscious. What we think is conscious, but like our conscious mind is like kind of useless, honestly. It's like, and you think
Yeah.
like, if you were to even ask me before, like, oh, do you think you're a bad seed? No. But I was operating off of that. And it's like you don't even realize. So let me show you. So for you, when it comes to like your relationships, somehow, somewhere within your subconscious, there's a belief that love hurts too much to actually experience true love. So you always keep things at a distance. You never get too close. So you think, oh, well, I'm trying. I'm consciously trying. I am doing my best. And that's coming through these behaviors of nurturing. But you're not really, it's almost like a disconnect then when it comes to truly being with someone that's going to give you that experience of true love, if that makes sense. God forbid you lose anything or you suffer heartache or whatever. So it's really crazy to understand that because it's like why would my subconscious like sabotage? But it's not. It's trying to keep you safe,
Protect.
protected, alive, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. But now through this ascension, like we are going in and we're like pulling the weeds out to all this stuff. We've done it all now. We've experienced all that shit. So now we want to change the paradigm. And we're looking in our subconscious to start unweeding ourselves.
Makes sense.